Hello, my friends in film fandom, wherever you may be and however you may be watching. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time on this Sunday, our God-given day of rest. You, for some reason, decided to come here and hang out with my bald, ugly ass. But hey, I appreciate you. It's a sign of love from the community to me. Here today to do something a little bit different. You know, this actually came about when I was on in the chat room for Alex's show. I made a comment about how the movie Clueless was one of the best movies that came out of the 90s, and it caused a bit of a stir. So I figured, why not do a small reaction video to Cinemablends top 100 movies of the 90s? And of course, to do that with me is our guest from north of the border. He, just like some good Canadian maple syrup, he looks good spread across a bed of pancakes. He is Alex.
Yes, I am Alex, and this line may not be from the 90s, but I'm here to chew ass and kick bubble gum, and I'm all out of ass.
Works for me. Sounds great. That line's going to be immortalized on the internet now. Let's see. And of course, my hetero life mate Jeremy. What's up, brother?
Well, I'm not surprised that you chose that for your tagline, because I'm, first of all, surprised that Frank wanted to do this, I think, a week ago, and I saw that, and I was like, well, we're just going to clip this whole show, aren't we? Because I'm like, I want to hear his dirty mouth say that there were some good things that came out of the 90s, because one of the very first things that me and him ever talked about, he said, nothing good came out of the 90s. I whirled around and told him, hey, I came out of the 90s, and I'm pretty great. Okay. And it's just been love ever since. So, yeah.
And of course, Casey's here already, but he's got to do something to a little bit of clout. BJ's here to balance out the level of intelligence from Casey. And then, of course, your partner in crime, Alex, Dr. Nick, is in here, reminding us that Casey does things with his bum. But we are going to have, we're going to get to this. Now, again, this is the top 100 movies of the 80s, as stated by Cinemablend. You can agree or disagree. And, of course, Jeremy's better half is here as well. Hello, Rachel. Always good to see you. But now we're going to get through these as fast as we can, because I know Alex has got a limited time and he's going to be with us because he's got plans tonight. But we're going to get right into it. And let me click share, which I should have had already on here. Cinemablend. Actually, before we do that, I do want to I cannot go without mentioning that we did have another death in cinema today in the movie world, and that was Lonnie Anderson. She passed away this morning right around noon, if you believe the news reports. Very, very sad. Jeremy, I don't know, again, a little before your time, but not so much before your time. Right. Still very well known. What do you think about the death of Lonnie Anderson? Again, most widely known for WKRP in Cincinnati, and of course being married for several years to
Hello?
Stop sharing because I was. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was
lagging really hard.
I
didn't know that was my cue because it just kind of stopped, and I was like, Anywho. I guess if you're asking me, yeah, I'm not really sure I could say too much on that. Why is Google taking me? There we go. Good Lord. I'm like, give me the things she was in. Night at the Roxbury. I'm familiar with SNL. Yeah, and SNL movies. Burt Reynolds' Old Dog Go to Heaven, which is a traumatizing movie.
Yes, very traumatizing.
It's a little intense. I don't know. That's kind of the only things that stick out to me, really, that I would recognize her from. But obviously, the big thing being married to Burt Reynolds for some time. Yeah, I guess this is the one time you make fun of me for not knowing something. So I'm sorry. I will bow out and I'll let the experts take control of that one.
Well, in all fairness, this is slightly before my time even, so I can't really knock you too much for it.
Okay, but, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, this is early 70s into the 80s. By the 80s, her fame had waned a little bit, but she was still definitely out there. I don't know, Alex, what about you? You're a little closer to me in age. You've probably got some memories of seeing her and everything from Stroker Ace to Night at the Roxbury, things like that. What are some of your thoughts on the passing of Lonnie Anderson?
It's unfortunate, but we all got to go at some point in time, and condolences to her family. I am in the Jeremy camp in that I remember seeing Night at the Roxbury and pictures of her with Burt Reynolds. Aside from that, I wasn't a big TV guy, so I did not see anything that she did on TV, unfortunately. But she is one of those smoke shows from the 70s and the 80s. Jamie Gertz coming to mind as a smoke show of the 80s. And I will leave it at that, moving on to something else directly from Lonnie Anderson. But that's what I do on my show.
Yo, there was a really cool movie in the 90s that Jamie Gertz was a part of. I hope we mention it.
It might be on the list. There's 100 of them. I think she
It better be on that list. I mean, with 100, it better be on there.
List, so hopefully. But for me, obviously, it's WKRP in Cincinnati is the thing I remember the most. That's been in syndication forever. It ran for only 4 years, from 1978 to 1982, but it's been in syndication forever. She even was on a couple episodes of the attempted reboot in the early 90s, which only lasted for like maybe a season. But yeah, I mean, she was so great in that show. It's kind of like the one, not only was she way better looking than anybody else in the show, but she was always like the one smart one. It's like, yeah, you had the whole like, platinum blonde, maybe she's not all that smart, but she was the one that was always there with the intelligence when the gang needed it the most. And she really does hang very well in a cast loaded with absolutely wonderfully entertaining people in that show. I still jam the theme song to WKRP in Cincinnati every time I go down there to watch like a baseball game or something. As soon as I hit Cincinnati city limits, that's when it right into the Bluetooth turned all the way up. And as I'm crossing like the Brent Spence Bridge, or as I'm rolling up to the football or baseball game, it's always blasting really loud. It's one of the great theme songs in all of television. And it's a sad day. I mean, everybody says these people die in threes. No, celebrities die all the time. You just may not know it. You may not like the person, so think they're famous. The reality is, there's like one or two a day that seem to go. I mean, we recently have had. I know the year that Michael Jackson died, they called it the summer of death because it was a really, really high number of celebrities that had died like that summer. As who was it? Farrah Fawcett actually died the same day as Michael Jackson, but got no press. Michael Jackson just kind of sucked all the air out of the room when he passed away, and then I got a passing on it because I was watching the Fox News coverage. And they were just like, oh, yeah, also, by the way, Farrah Fawcett died. I'm like, so, like, one of the hottest chicks of the 70s and 80s, and we're going to get a blurb? We're going to get a little something at the bottom of the screen? Like, that doesn't seem very appropriate, but, I mean, whatever. I mean, it was Michael Jackson. It was going to kind of eat up all the news cycles. But yeah, it's definitely sad to hear. Again, her and Burt Reynolds were, like, the power couple back in the 80s, especially when it came to, the celebrity set. And it's really unfortunate. But go back, look at her work. Like Jeremy said, Night at the Roxbury, one of the few SNL skits that got turned into a movie that actually worked really well. They tried it with a lot of them, but there was 2 or 3 that actually came out really good. Night at the Roxbury was one of them. Not the best of all the ones that worked well. Like Wayne's World was obviously the best. Blues Brothers. Superstar was kind of funny, but it didn't work as well as I wanted to. It has moments. But Night at the Roxbury was very good in large part because of the performance of her and everybody else in it. So rest in peace to Lonnie Anderson. Again, a very sad day that we're losing another one of the heartthrobs in the 70s and 80s. I'm getting my beard is getting grayer and grayer. It seems by the moment anymore. It's getting kind of depressing. But let's get into this now. We're talking about, and hopefully when I share the screen, it will not go fucking crazy on me again. It will be no audio. Cinemablend.
Oh, okay.
They had the top 100 movies of the 1990s. And I am not entirely sure about some of these, but I'm sure about others. I mean, some of them deserve to be on here. Some of them maybe not.
Well,
but it's not showing it the way I want it to show. There
holy
we go.
ads, man.
A little bit of lag.
So much worse on a desktop.
It's been a while since I tried to
Good
share
Lord.
anything on there. Yeah, well, once we get down to where the movies are, it's not. To break down how they say they put this list together, about 300 entries from a vast variety of 90s films. What kind of judgment? It's kind of a judgment call. Were gathered using a combination of staff recommendations, movie guides, blah, blah, blah. Based on a number of viewers was also required for entries to make the cut. The lowest scores were then eliminated, and then they ordered them 1 to 100 based on whatever. So they started out with number 100 being The Fifth Element, which I think is one of the more visually stunning movies that came out of the 90s. Maybe not the best, but certainly had a killer look. I don't know. What do you guys think about The Fifth Element? Go to you first, Jeremy. Sorry.
It was like rock, paper, scissors. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, for being, God, I'm trying to follow along on my thing too. That's Dumb and Dumber. Went way too far. Yeah, it's digitally. I would agree with you. I think it is definitely one of the more kind of out there movies in that respect. But I mean, we're at number 100, so I'm not saying it's like Oscar-winning movie like Schindler's List. That's a '90s movie that definitely is on the top shelf. But that's an interesting one.
You know what's on this list. You know what's on this list.
It's got to be like that and Saving Private Ryan. There's some big ones I'm sure that are in here. Oh, yeah. Swish. That was my pass.
Alex, what do you think? Alex, what do you think? Fifth Element, should it be higher on this list, or do you think it's just about right?
Absolutely, it should be higher on this list. There are a few, if I scroll down where I am, movies like, for example, and I hate to spoil it, Sleepless in Seattle. I think The Fifth Element ranks a little bit higher in terms of entertainment and cinema quality. Luc Besson's a great filmmaker, and you get to see something a little bit different from Bruce Willis. He plays it up, not serious entirely like he would in Die Hard. This is more of a comedic side to him, which I really liked and enjoyed. So yes, The Fifth Element is one of those guilty pleasure and 90s staple movies that I like to go to every once in a while. If not for the whole thing, then just for clips.
Oh, no doubt. It's definitely a quotable movie. It's definitely a visually stunning movie with a lot of really cool stuff. I think it's a good movie. I would rate it a little bit higher on this list. I don't know if I'd put it in the top 50 necessarily, but definitely higher. I mean, if for nothing else, the multi-pass.
Yeah, I was like, multi-pass.
But moving on past that, Dumb and Dumber at 99. I don't know. Any thoughts, Jeremy, on Dumb and Dumber? You think it should be higher, or do you think it's in the right spot?
In terms of comedies, I mean, even in the 90s, I would put that a little higher. It's just what it needs to be. It's it's Jim Carrey, probably at the peak of being Jim Carrey, along with what's his name?
Jeff Daniels.
Thank you. I'm trying to read it on there, and it's really fuzzy. And I'm sitting here staring at why the hell Forrest Gump is number 90. But yeah, with Jeff Daniels, it's a wacky, just kind of out there comedy. Like if I just told you it was, if I just told you Jim Carrey, it's like, yeah, you already know what kind of level this movie's on. I don't know if The Mask is on here. Speaking of 90s Jim Carrey, but yeah, I don't think this needs to be 99. I'm starting to wonder if this is in any some sort of order, or they're just like, here, pick 100 movies and just kind of throw them at the wall. I don't know.
I agree. I don't know. Alex, what do you think? Dumb and Dumber, do you think it belongs higher, or should it be on this list at all?
Let's swap this out for where Clueless sits on this list, and then I will be content, because in terms of quality and entertainment, this for me is way higher on the list than Clueless. I saw this, I think I saw it in the theater, so I was young and stupid, and it fit me just perfectly. So I've always got a soft spot in my heart for Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, and Jeff Daniels.
And the out in the world. I'm not going to attempt to try to blow everyone's speakers out.
That's like the biggest quote in the entire movie. Though, look, the movie's funny. I don't know that I would rate it much higher than this. I might even sneak a couple of movies in ahead of it and knock it off the top 100. It's funny, but it was kind of funny the way that a lot of movies were funny in the 90s. It had trouble standing out. It's like Jim Carrey was what his presence drives the movie. If you'd have put anybody else in his role, even with Jeff Daniels, who was brilliant at all facets. I mean, I just love Jeff Daniels as an actor. Even with Jeff Daniels, I think a lot of this movie was driven on Carrey's star power. You know what I mean? Because that happens sometimes in a movie. The star is bigger than the story, and then that's why people go see it. That's why people go see the fucking Fast and the Furious movies, because Vin Diesel's in it. And he says words, and women guffaw over him, and guys are like, yeah, muscle cars, and then nobody really listens to the movie. But just in time for what is going to be the first horror movie on the list, we bring in the Shapes of Lone Star State, my Tex. What's up, brother?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Is that what you're saying, Frank?
Slight chance.
What's up, boys?
Slight chance. Let's get down
let's go.
to now to number 98. This is the Blair Witch Project, which may have not been the first to bring the cinema approach to the horror genre, but certainly extremely savvy marketing and lore building. I thought some of the viral marketing I did for this was fantastic. And I'll go to you first, Tex, since you're here and you're one of our horror aficionados. The Blair Witch Project, is this in the right place, or would you put it higher?
Oh, this would be way higher for me, but I'm biased, of course. But I mean, whether you're biased or not, you can't argue the significance of, how little money they spent to make this thing and the effect that it had on marketing. People thought this was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. People thought this was real. Like, this is some Cannibal Holocaust level, stuff, marketing approach this film had. Yeah, this one should be way higher, in my opinion. But yeah, I love this film.
No, Alex, what do you think? Blair Witch Project is in the right place, or would you put it higher?
Definitely higher. Saw this in the theater, loved it. Fresh, new idea. Opened up the indie market. The last broadcast from 1998 was something in this vein, and I think the McPherson tape from '89, playing around with the low-budget found footage horror trope. But this one was the one that hit the biggest, and this would change low-budget cinema for years to come. So definitely a good entry on this list. Yeah, a little bit higher, I think.
I don't know. Jay, what do you think? Blair Witch Project, right spot, or does it belong a little higher?
I would say it needs to be a little bit higher. Not only like what these two gentlemen were saying before, not only did this thing kind of bring a lot of life into indie filmmaking, as we've said before about the 90s, it was one of those times that like a lot of indie filmmakers and film series got their start. And for being low budget and for being found footage, because we always said like the 70s and 80s ran away with horror movies, especially slashers. And then it kind of died off in the 90s. Then you have something like Scream, which I hope is in here too, because not that and this Blair Witch Project movie really vamped.
If Scream's not here, I'm right.
Yeah, I was like, I would probably too. I'm like, because then you get into the 2000s and you get that new Renaissance era of like Saw and the remake of Texas Chainsaw, the remake of Halloween, all that jazz. And these movies are to thank for it. I would put this a little higher because and I love that this movie, the same year, it used to be my all-time favorite movie, period, end of sentence. The Matrix came out the same year. And I love that these two movies came out right in that time of like that kind of infancy of the internet, which also is what gave it a boost, because it's like, it makes it interesting that you think this thing actually happened. And, you just stick it on the internet and you think, oh, did these three kids actually get lost in these woods with this creepy witch? Or that you think robots are just using our bodies for electricity in some weird alternate universe. So it's a nice little pocket of time, yeah, where I liked these movies came out and they used the internet in its infant state to kind of help boost its popularity. Yeah. And you know what? I quote this movie every chance I can. I will just start screaming like, I gave you the map, Heather! I always do that.
Let's also not forget,
I gave you the map, Heather!
What was so crazy about this film, there's no scary guy in a mask. There's no zombies. There's no monster. They just made the middle of the fucking woods the scariest goddamn thing you ever saw. And staring at the wall became, hell, that's still a meme that you'll see today. And to go along with this film, they did a faux documentary. It was called Curse of the Blair Witch. They did like an actual it was a faux documentary done as if it was, everything was real or whatever. I believe that's on Tubi. By the way, Alex, get off my shit, by the way, dude. That's mine. But, yeah, Blair Witch its cultural impact will never be forgotten. It spawned you literally saw nothing and you scared a nation. That's an accomplishment. So that's pretty good. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the movie itself is very good, but I think one of the things that really makes this movie stand out is the viral marketing that came along with it. This is the early internet age, And so while J.J. Abrams has done all the viral marketing and stuff for his movies over the last, 10, 15 years, like this was the first movie to kind of use like the internet, but also they were handing out. A friend of mine went to see this when it first went out in theaters. He got handed like this flyer that he had up until a few years ago, because I was asking about it. I was like, do you still have that? Because I want it. I want to frame it, because it is like a piece of movie history. It had like on one side of the flyer, it had the story of them going into the woods and yada, yada, yada. And on the back half of the flyer had the truth that, like, these actors, whatever, this is how they did it all, and so on, so on. And I was like, if you still have that, I want it. I want to put it in a frame somewhere and protect it, because I think that'd be a cool thing to have around. He didn't have it anymore. He had lost it a few years earlier, you think.
Wow.
But yeah, they were handing those out at theaters, and I was like, God, I wish I had one of those. This would be so cool. But yeah, the viral marketing is one of the things that makes this movie stand out the most for me. I would rate it a little bit higher as far as like cultural significance and stuff. I would rate it ahead of some of the movies that are on this list that I know to be near the top of the list. I'd probably rate it a little bit higher than that. I still don't know if I'd put it maybe top 50, but I would move it up about 10 spots or so. I think that would be fair. Let's see. Moving on now, the animated Mulan from 1998. I'll go to you first, Jay. What do you think about where this movie is, and do you think it should be higher?
Of course, you go to me. Well, you know what? Because I was a kid in the 90s and I liked, Disney cartoons. Screw you.
Nope. It was really because I started with Tex the last time. I figured I'd go and start at the other end with you.
Well, I mean, with Blair Witch for a horror movie. I don't know why you picked me for the Disney, but you need Brooding Gamer for that one. No.
Yeah.
You know what? Another good thing about the 90s, especially for some of this animated stuff, is this is considered that like Disney Renaissance, when you can kind of take Little Mermaid, even though it was like 89, Aladdin, Lion King. Mulan is definitely one of them too. I don't know what it is about some of this like animated stuff in the 90s. Some of it's just visually cool. The story's really cool. It did. And we're not going to talk about it, but it did not need a live action remake. And that's what the first thing they did. And that was the first one that started that whole downfall. But this movie, yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I think I have it on VHS. And for the kids who don't know why you're watching this movie about the 90s, you don't know what a VHS is, but maybe don't worry about it. But yeah, no, it's a
now
fun
it sounds
movie.
like sounds like an old man.
Hey man, they're still sitting there. I've got them all still. A couple of VHS players too.
Alex. Alex, how about you? What do you think about this movie? Is it in the right spot, or would you move it around?
I wouldn't do anything with it because I'm not a huge Disney fan, and I did not see it. Insert sad trombone here.
Wah, 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 wah. I don't know. Tex, how about you? I'm not even sure if you've ever seen Mulan. Probably not. Your daughters might be a little too young for this one, but I don't know. What do you think? 97, good spot, bad spot? What do you think?
You're going to have to mark me incomplete on this one there, boss.
Absentee ballot for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to absentee. I neither like nor dislike it. I ain't seen the motherfuckers. I ain't seen.
That's fair.
Yeah, Mulan's pretty good. I mean, the 90s, Disney owned a lot of the market cap in theaters because they were rolling out stuff like this, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. And animated was, while not at all new, it was still kind of a different way to experience the movie because my generation had grown up watching Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s, and that whole scene, it kind of died off for a while. The animation got brought back by Disney making some of these movies like Mulan. I would probably put it a little bit higher, not a whole lot, but mostly because Disney they owned animation in the 90s. I mean, that's where Toy Story started in the 90s, I'm pretty sure.
You know what I keep noticing here? It's like the 80s keep doing these things and running it into the ground, and then the 90s brought it back even better.
It's like the 80s did this thing, then they went away for a while. The 90s
No. We're talking about the 90s. No, we're not talking about the 80s. You can have your show about the 80s.
No, you were talking. No. You can't take a shot at the 80s.
This is what I was waiting for. This is the fight I needed.
Your idea.
Do it.
I want everyone to know on record, this show was Frank's idea, not mine. I was like, sure, man, I'll talk about it.
But Mulan, we're going.
Let the hate flow through you. Go ahead, fight minions. Go.
Frankie.
I swear to God, I did not realize this movie was this old. 96 was The Wedding Singer, which came out in 1998. Good God. I honestly, I thought that was like an early 2000s movie for some reason, but no, it came out in 1998. I'll go to you first, Tex. What do you think about The Wedding Singer?
Not an Adam Sandler guy. Haven't seen it. Incomplete.
Didn't understand the assignment. He just wanted to be here to listen to me. He just wanted to be here to listen to me and Jeremy go at it.
No, I'm sorry.
Alex,
did you not hear me?
think,
Apparently I just hit my Gemini button. I said I haven't seen this movie. So next person.
You should. It's funny. You should. Alex, what do you think about The Wedding Singer at 96? Good spot, bad spot? What do you think?
For an Adam Sandler movie in the 90s, yeah, this is a pretty good spot considering what's coming up in the next 40 or so entries. I bought the soundtrack for this, and that's where I found out about the Smiths and their great song, How Soon Is Now, and the comedic brilliance that was John Lovitz in this movie. I love that. And yeah, this is a decent chuckle movie. So yeah, you should see it if you haven't.
I don't know. Jeremy, I'm pretty sure you've seen this one. What do you think about The Wedding Singer from 1998? Is 96 a good spot, or would you move it up?
I don't think I would move it. Yeah, I would keep it here. You say that, I think I've seen it once. So I can say I've seen it, but I really cannot tell you a damn thing about it. I just know the clip of him screaming, "Somebody kill me, please." That's kind of, which is ironically kind of how I feel every time I see Adam Sandler on screen. But that's beside the point.
Nowadays, maybe, yeah.
Look, well, here's the thing. In this time, yes, I would say Adam Sandler made some good movies. But I think for a minute there, when you get to the 2000s, he started trying to keep being Billy Madison. He kept trying to be Happy Gilmore, and I'm like, dude, it's not funny anymore. Can you do something else? And we've mentioned this before. I'm like, he can do some serious stuff. Like, you've got the chops, man. Like, just again, quit trying to be Big Daddy for like the last like 20 years. Just do some other stuff, man. Like you had your funny moments. I would put this in there, but I don't know much more about this movie, to be fair. Also, Drew Barrymore. I mean,
oh yeah. Adam Sandler's early stuff is really good. I'm kind of glad that he got away from being Billy Madison in almost every movie, because he's actually his acting is a lot better in this movie. But I want to point out that this is the 90s going back to what? The 80s. And so in a movie based in the 80s. Just saying.
Alex, can you feel that tension rising between these two? The blow up's going to be tremendous when this happens.
Well, this is desperation. This is desperation tax. He's like, it's a 90s movie, but it's set in the 80s. I'm like, that's not the point.
That's the point. It's set in the 80s.
It's not like the 80s wasn't fucking
the glory of the glory of the 80s was what drives this movie.
If it was the glory of the 80s, they would have made it in the 80s, and they didn't. So,
Adam Sandler wasn't a thing in the 80s. He didn't hit Saturday Night Live until what?
He should have been. I mean,
92, I think, when he hit Saturday Night Live, 93, something like that. But there also is an undeniable chemistry between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. They also did the 50 First Dates, which is also a really good movie. There's a really good chemistry between these two that shows a lot in those two movies. I think 50 First Dates is actually rated higher up on this list, as I recall. But Wedding Singer's a good one. How about Death Becomes Her, a movie that I've seen once, and I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it because I think I saw it. Maybe I wasn't into watching it. I don't know. Tex, what do you think? Death Becomes Her from 1992. I know it's not a horror movie, so I don't know if you've seen it.
Why don't you just come back to me once the horrors come around? Because there are going to be a lot of incompletes on this one, I think.
Okay. I'll go to you then, Alex. Death Becomes Her from 1992. Definitely a loaded cast. I mean, those two actresses right there, worth the price of admission. What do you think of this movie? Should it be higher?
I liked it. Yeah, for where it is on the list, I might move it a little bit higher because the special effects at the time from 92, they were pretty good. And if you read the description, there's a perfect example of the handle of a shovel slipping perfectly through the hole in her torso. That should be enough advertising alone to watch the movie. Meryl Streep was a smoke show in this movie. And I mentioned about Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element earlier, and then I forgot that he was in Death Becomes Her, whereas he was a kind of quirky guy as well. And then I forgot that Bruce Willis was in a Blake Edwards movie from 90 or 89 or so. So I forgot about his comedic chops, but definitely a good vehicle for Bruce Willis. Great cast. And for the time, it's pretty good. Isabella Rossellini's in it, and she's got a really good role. Early CGI, the year before Jurassic Park. So yes, this is a really good black comedy that I would probably pair up with The War of the Roses on a Saturday night.
War of the Roses is a good movie. I remember watching that several times as a kid. I know, Jeremy, have you ever seen this movie?
No, I've never even heard of this movie. So I was like, I'll take him next on that one. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I remember seeing it like around the time that it came out and just not paying attention to it. So I can't really say it or not. I mean, I've heard the movie.
Remember,
I was
born that year. So, of course,
I've heard the movie referenced many times over the years. I've just never gone back and watched it. I'm afraid I'll have to go back and watch it again to give it any decent kind of thoughts. Number 94, Sleepless in Seattle. I'll go to you first, Jeremy. Give me your thoughts on this 1993 rom-com that made Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks the it couple on screen.
Well, you might as well just keep shuffling me along. I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie, so like, it goes to me first.
I'll go to you.
Has not seen it.
I'll go to you then, Alex. Sleepless in Seattle. I may have to skip text on this one too. Alex, Sleepless in Seattle, 1993. Higher or lower on this list? Where do you think it should be?
I'd probably put it at 100. It's an okay movie. I saw it once just to say that I've seen it. I don't remember anything about it. And maybe I can speak for Tex when he might say that he's never seen this movie, but I can almost guarantee he has seen the low budget slasher equivalent, Headless in Texas. So go ahead, Tex.
Actually, I have seen that one, surprisingly enough. Not in many years, mind you, but I have seen that one. But yeah.
But you have not seen Sleepless in Seattle, I'm guessing.
No. Since you did a shuffle by Jeremy, just do a two-step away from me on this one.
I will do the Texas two-step right around Tex on this one. Look, I saw
you just waltz
twice. Yeah, I've seen the movie once or twice, mostly because whatever girl I was hanging out with that night wanted to watch it. But Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks made 2 or 3 movies that were basically identical in the 90s, and this is just one of them. They did this. They did You Got Mail. I think there may have been another one sprinkled in there somewhere. They were basically playing the same characters with different names. I never really understood that, but whatever. If it sells tickets, it makes people want to drool over the movie, whatever. Next movie is Jackie Brown. This is a little bit of an obscure 90s movie. I'm guessing that Alex is probably saw it. Jeremy and Tex. I'm willing to bet. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Tarantino, but it was one of his earlier works, and it did have a really independent thing to it. I don't know, Jeremy, have you seen Jackie Brown?
I think once, because again, it was Tarantino. So I mean, I love that man. I have not seen it as many of as his other movies, but I vaguely remember seeing this. Couldn't give you a synopsis on it, but I vaguely I'm reading it. Sorry, continue.
I don't know, Alex. What do you think? Jackie Brown from 1997. Is this a worthy place on the list, or should it be moved?
I would keep it there.
Considering what else is on the list, especially Tarantino-wise, I would leave Jackie Brown where it is. This is a good movie. I really like this movie. And when I saw this movie, I thought, Jesus, look at Pam Grier. I don't even know who this person is. And then I looked up a little bit more on Pam Grier, and I thought to myself, I got to watch some of those 70s blaxploitation films, because there's some more Pam Grier out there that I want to see. But
you get a whole lot of Pam Grier in her early career.
Tex, I'm willing to bet that you probably haven't seen Jackie Brown. You can take a pass on this one too.
I've seen it. I know I've seen it once. But years ago, I went on a Tarantino binge and watched everything.
Sure.
Does this belong in the top 100 of the 90s? No. But bad Tarantino is better than others, best stuff usually. So it's not a bad movie.
Well, bad Tarantino is better than Sleepless in Seattle, let's be honest.
Yes. No, I 100% agree with that. Yeah. Tarantino could read the phone book and it'd be better.
Oh yeah. I'd say it's just about where it's supposed to be. I mean, early Tarantino did have a really good independent feel to it, and I've said it a million times. In the 90s, one of the best things movie-wise about the 90s was the rise of independent filmmakers, and he did have a bit of an independent bent to this. When Jackie Brown was a good movie, I don't think I've seen it since probably around 2000. It's one of those movies I should probably sit and watch again. But I remember enjoying it when I watch it. Next, of course, we just saw the sequel to this. I did anyway. I watched the sequel to this one over the weekend. Happy Gilmore from 1996. I'll go to you first, Jeremy. What do you think? Is 92 92 a good place for this movie, or should it be moved around?
I wish I would have looked over the sizzle a little more before coming on here. I would probably, again, this is good Adam Sandler, which I know is an oxymoron, but like I would place this a little higher because again, Happy Gilmore is actually a pretty funny movie. Did it need a sequel like 50 years later? Fucking no. We need to quit doing that. But like I said, if you just look at it objectively, just as its own movie, it's a damn funny movie. Watching him get into a fist fight with Bob Barker is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He knocks me over. Price is wrong, bitch. Like how many times have I said that in my life? So it had staying power and stupid quotes that I say in my life out of context. So I would put it a little higher again for good Adam Sandler and for comedy wise in the 90s.
Alex, what do you think? Happy Gilmore 92. Should it move or should it stay where it's at?
It should move. It's higher. This is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Quotable as hell, memorable as hell, especially. And I haven't seen the whole thing beginning to end in a while, but the one guy who tries to sabotage Sandler's character, I think he kept referencing either Red Lobster or The Sizzler, and I keep trying to quote that to people, and they look at me funny, especially because we don't have those here.
But jackass.
That too, yeah, jackass.
Jackass.
Yeah, I love this movie. Move it higher. This is one of my guilty pleasures of the 90s. Love it.
True. I don't know. Tex, what do you think? Happy Gilmore 92. Is it the right spot, or would you move it up or down?
No, I do agree. This is one of Sandler's best. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 of his that I can watch anytime. This would be one of them. I haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2 because honestly, I don't really care to be honest. Yeah. But the first one is a 90s standard. So many things that they've already touched on. Yeah, this thing should be way higher, like way higher.
Yeah, I would put it a little bit higher, and I wouldn't put it like top 50. I might put it in the 80s somewhere. My Happy Gilmore was kind of fun and original. Happy Gilmore 2 catches a lot of the member berries, but it doesn't really have the same magic. It was a watchable movie. I thought about doing like a little one-off solo review over the weekend. I shouldn't have time. But there's definitely a lot of Easter eggs and callbacks, but again, it's really hard to recapture the magic. I mean, sure, you can remake The Wizard of Oz, but catching lightning in a bottle, it's so hard to do it twice. Happy Gilmore is definitely one of the classics. Now, this is the first one that made me want to punch my computer screen. Casino from 1995 is in the 91 spot. I don't know. I'll go to you first, Jeremy. Casino at 91. How much higher should it be than this?
I missed my computer and almost punched my wall. That's no pun intended. I'll fully pun intend this. That is a crime. I think that needs to be a lot higher. Now, I'm still trying to scrolling back. I'm going back and forth. I don't know if Heat is on here, but like those two need to be.
Heat is on there.
Closer.
Heat's on there. It's rated higher, but
is it a better? Okay.
It shouldn't be as high as I think, but it is rated higher. So yeah.
Okay, but I mean, 91 for Casino. I mean, what? Really? I don't know. Then again, did Goodfellas come out in the 90s too? So you're also kind of competing with that.
Goodfellas is on this list as well.
Okay. See, wherever Goodfellas and Heat are in this list, I would put this a little closer down there. I'm sure there's some that I could easily say would be fit for this spot, but Casino's not one of them. Like, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say about that. Next.
No.
Before I
Alex, how about you? Alex, how about you? Casino at 91. How much higher do you think this movie should be rated?
Way closer to number 1 at the very least. Almost anything Scorsese has done, and I've seen almost everything he has done, is great, including Casino. I don't want to touch my computer considering how much it costs and how cheap I am, but what I would like to do is call in an aging Joe Pesci to take a baseball bat to the head of whatever motherfuckers came up with this list and put Casino at 91.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Actually, you can make it a better 90s reference. You want to take a baseball bat to a printer.
That's on here too.
You know. Good.
To make
Thank
the casino
God.
reference, I like to put their head in a vice. But I don't know. Tex, how about you? Casino at 91. How much higher do you think this should be on the list?
Casino is better than Goodfellas. I will fight anybody that says otherwise.
I agree. Goodfellas is good.
Casino
is better.
Has my idol Joe Bob Briggs, the horror reviewer of Grand Prairie, Texas. The man who's on my wall right over here is in this film. This is a crime that this film is this low. So call the lawman in.
Yeah, I've said it several times. I'm kind of a sucker for mob movies. I just love them. The stories are fantastic, even the bad ones.
I'm not saying I don't like Goodfellas. I'm just saying Casino's better.
Oh yeah. Goodfellas is good. Casino's better.
Yeah.
As good as Goodfellas is, Casino's a better movie. But this movie to me, I love mob movies. I mean, you give me a good mob movie, and I'm happy. But this one should be at least top 15. I mean, even in a crowded field, top 20. I don't understand why they've got it ranked this low. Obviously, they were just like, we're going to let this 60-year-old guy sneak one in here in the 90s somewhere, and we're going to let him put in Casino. Sure, why not? That's kind of what they were doing. But yeah, this needs to be rated much, much higher. But next on the list, another one that is ranked really conspicuously low is
I'm going to 1-2 punch my computer. Oh my god!
As Forrest Gump at number 90. I'll go to you first. Jeremy. This is another one I think is very poorly rated. How much higher do you think this one should be ranked?
This what are we on 90? God, this at least deserves another 40 fucking jumps up towards the top, at least. Like, at least into the top 50, maybe even 25. Because I've watched, again, this is a good testament to it, is how many times I've watched this movie, and no matter how many times I watch it, I never get tired of it. Or if it, again, kids, when you found something on TV and you can't rewind it, if you just go on there, if this movie is on, I don't care if we're in balls deep in the middle of Vietnam, we're watching this movie to the end. Right, we're watching this till his AIDS-ridden wife gets fucking killed, and he raises little Haley Joel Osment, and the feather flies off. End of story. You know what I mean? I don't know why this is so high. I'm starting to be like Frank. My whiskers get gray, and I'm like, history is kind of cool. He lives through like some of the craziest decades of American history, just in the last century, and I'm like, to see some of that stuff like through this dude's eyes and his experience, man. It's cool, like the way they superimpose him into like historic moments of like, he met John Lennon, apparently he met JFK, Nixon, even. It's goddamn. This is a good movie that does not deserve to be at 90. That's all I have to say about that.
He was.
I got the references all day.
But I know.
I got you.
Alex, what do you think? How much higher do you think this movie should be ranked?
Hashtag I'm with Jeremy. Put it at the very least in the top 50. The 2-disc soundtrack I still have, and I bought that, and I think 95. Wow. The soundtrack is excellent. The story is memorable. The computer graphics for the time were very good. To sum this up movie in 3 points: box of chocolates, Lieutenant Dan, and Jenny is a whore. And Tex, go ahead.
Don't be so polite with her. Jeez. Tell us how you really feel.
Tex, what do you think?
I think Jenny is an age-ridden whore that ruined Forrest Gump's life. That's what I think. Be real honest with you, Frank. But besides all of that, there better be some real bangers on this list for Forrest Gump to be so damn low.
The top 10 or 15 have some good ones, but I agree. Yeah,
like we need to start vetting who makes the list before we review the list, because based off of the list that Dr. Nick reviewed on y'all's last show and this one, I'm kind of getting that same feeling going on here that we're going to be screaming by the end of this, but we'll see how it goes.
This is just rage bait, because you're like, Forrest Gump, why is this here? And then you scroll to the bottom of the page. Yeah, they're like,
they'll put Forrest Gump here, and then some indie movie that 3 people saw, but its artistic value is so great, we'll be like 15, and we're going to throw stuff. But yeah, whatever. Bull crap.
Okay, actually, you know what? I just scrolled down to number 1. That's fair.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I still want to know what the rest of them are. Like,
Well, I haven't looked. I'm going in blind.
See, now I'm mad. I did look.
Well, we'll see what happens.
That one's fair.
Yeah, I've already eyeballed this a couple of times, so I know the top 5 or 10. They're mostly good. There's a couple in there I'm like, really? But, as far as I'm concerned, Forrest Gump should be in the top 30. I don't know how it could be outside the top 30. I mean, easily. I mean, not even top 50, top 30. Because there are some bangers that we still have to talk about. Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, Matrix, so on and so on. But, I mean, it's got to be in the top 30 to me. I don't know how the hell they got all the way down to 90. But moving on to another 90s classic, a good courtroom drama, A Few Good Men from 1992. I'll go to you first, Tex. Do you think this is appropriately ranked on the list?
This list can't handle this movie. Yeah, no, this one should be way higher. Yeah, this one's another good one. I think this is one that kind of everybody knows kind of thing. Once again, questioning the validity of the writer of these lists. You're like,
I agree. I don't know. Alex, what do you think? 89 for A Few Good Men. Is it good, or would you move it?
Hard to say. I think I've seen this only once. The third act, where it's the showdown between Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. That's the movie pretty much in and of itself. But great cast, great movie. Sometimes in my brain, because I'm 550 years old as compared to Frank, who is 650 years old, I kind of get this one mixed up sometimes with The Firm from 93. But A Few Good Men, considering what else is on this list, I might go another 10 spots with this one. And what's up to AJ in the chat? Good to see you. Yeah, it's tough, but it's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, no, Jeremy, how about you? A Few Good Men. Where would you move this to on this list?
I think I agree with Alex. At least another 10 spots. Still a very good movie. Because I've said, I think when we first made this channel, I was like, we just need that little sound clip of like Nicholson going like, "You can't handle the truth," as like an opening to our show. I don't know, being the harsh truth, because it'd be funny. And we're about movies. No, yeah, I think this deserves to be a little higher. It's still a good movie, but I'm gonna. God, I need to find who made this. I'm gonna strangle you. I'm gonna go look for it.
It's one of those articles. If you go down and look, it's been messed around and added to.
Oh, it says by this person, contributions by this person, this person, this person. Okay, well,
with the helping of AI,
they made a list. They made a list.
With the helping of AI, we could take that "You Can't Handle the Truth" clip from this movie, edit it to "Welcome to the Harsh Truth" with that same cadence, and there's your open. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, we use AI and then we get canceled off of YouTube because you're not allowed to do that.
No, well, dude, everybody's using AI. There ain't no point.
Everybody's using
Skynet
AI.
One. Skynet One. We might as well. Whatever.
Yeah, I for one welcome our computer overlords. Anyway, but
no, the more I see some of this stuff, and I've seen movies like that where I'm like, wow, the humans are such assholes. Why are they so mean to the robots? And I'm like, now that it's happening in the actual world, I'm kind of like, no, I agree. Fuck them. I want to stay human. Get the fuck away from me. I'll cut you down in the streets.
Maybe it's
robot. No.
Jeremy Connor instead of John Connor. Ooh, there we go. I see where
that pressure on me. I'm not.
But I would move this. I would move this up about 10 or 15 spots at least, maybe even 20. It's because Tom Cruise was on a run of courtroom dramas, like Alex mentioned The Firm, A Few Good Men, and I think there was another one. There was actually several good ones that came out in the 90s courtroom dramas, and this was definitely one of them. Also written by one of my favorite writers of all time, Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the original stage play as well as wrote the screenplay for this film. So yeah, great writing. And the cast, I mean, come on, we all know who's in this movie. It's not just Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, Kevin Pollak, Nicholson,
Demi Moore,
Sutherland. Just loaded with all kinds of heavy hitters.
Now,
it was one of those movies that said murders.
Was this pre or post G.I. Jane for Demi Moore? I can't remember.
This was pre, I believe.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
G.I. Yeah, but
G.I. Jane was 97.
Yeah,
97. Okay.
I was close.
But Let's try to squeeze in at least one more, because I know Alex is going to have to run here in a minute. Let's squeeze in at least one more. At 88, Pretty Woman, 1990, one of the great rom-coms. I don't know. Alex, what do you think about Pretty Woman? Is it a good spot on this list, or should it be higher?
It's a decent movie. It's Julia Roberts' explosion onto the screen, giggity. As for where it sits, you could add.
I'm not going to give you that one. It was very cheap, but it was funny but cheap. I'm not going to give you that. Sorry.
That's what we do on Alex and the Garbage Man. We are cheap. I'd probably put Pretty Woman somewhat closer to the 100 mark, considering what else is on here and how far down we've put other movies closer to it. At the very least, number 10, not number 1, but just further down. Decent movie. I think I saw it in the last few years. Not bad in terms of rom-coms. If you nestle it into 90s, sure, it's probably pretty far up there. I think Julia Roberts has done better movies in the 90s, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Jeremy, what do you think? Pretty Woman at 88. Is this the right spot for it, or would you move it?
I would either keep it there or, yeah, I agree, maybe move it up some. It's a fun, 90s rom-com, sure. I'm glad it's that picture, because it will piss you off so much if you watch what she's eating. She's eating a fucking pancake, and literally the next fucking shot she's got like a crepe or something, like something completely fucking different in her hand, in the same damn, like, you cut the Richard Gere and you come back to her and she's munching on something different. I'm like, Jesus, could you have some continuity? Christ, she ate through that bagel faster than. Never mind, I'm not gonna say it on YouTube. We'll get canceled.
Continuity schmontinuity.
Figure out what that mouth do. I guess. No, it's a fun movie.
Well, she is a hooker in this movie, so that checks out.
For a prostitute and a millionaire. I mean, sure, there's your setup, but a little higher.
I don't know. Tex, what do you think? Why do you think Pretty Woman is better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Are you looking to start a fight, Frank? Is that what you're trying to do?
I figured if I'm going to fight Jeremy at several times over the course of the stream, I may as well take a poke at you too.
What did Roddy Piper say? Don't throw rocks at a guy with a machine gun. You might want to think twice for it. But, yeah, I can't say I've ever even seen this whole movie. I know the Pretty Woman song. I know she's a hooker with a heart of gold that gets saved by a guy with gerbils in his ass. Who cares? Whatever.
Pretty much.
Never proven. Never proven. Never disproven. Never proven.
I don't need proof. I'm just going to assume and be fine with that. So, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably pretty good where it's at. I mean, I could maybe make a case to push it 5, maybe 10 spots higher. But I mean, it is certainly one of the most popular. It is her breakout role, even though I actually thought she was better a couple years earlier in Steel Magnolias, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't care if it's a chick flick. I think it's perfectly accurate with a cast of absolute legends. But Steel Magnolias is a great movie. But it's a good movie. It's fun. It is kind of a typical 90s rom-com, but her energy in it is kind of raises it another level. Let me try to get one more done, because I know that Alex has got to take off. As Good as It Gets from 1997, ranked at number 87. I don't know. Alex, I go to you first real quick. What do you think about this movie? Is it placed just right, or would you move it?
It's a good Jack Nicholson role. It reminds me of About Schmidt, which he did in the 2000s. As Good as It Gets. I've only seen it once. It's decent. I think I would leave it either exactly where it is or somewhere between 80 and 90, considering the cast and the time and the story. Good acting. I can't say anything memorable about it, nor can I say anything bad about it. And I wish you all the best of luck going through the rest of this list, considering we're almost an hour in. I wanted to mention before I go a few movies that are not on here, some that should be on here, as well as maybe some honorable mentions. Strange Days from 1995, Ravenous from 1999, The Legend of 1900 from 1998, Lost Highway from 97, Cube from 97, Twister from 96, Mission Impossible from 96. Come on, man. Bound from 96. What?
Twister's not on this list?
And Mission Impossible? Jesus.
Exactly. Basquiat from 96, Nick of Time from 95, Living in Oblivion from 95, True Lies from 94, A Time to Kill from 96, courtroom drama, The Legend of Drunken Master, a great Jackie Chan movie from 94, Searching for Bobby Fischer from 93, Judgment Night from 93, great movie, Cliffhanger from 93, Sneakers from 92, Frank, you've mentioned that in the past, and a great guilty pleasure of mine. I love this movie just because it's dumb but fun. Predator 2 from 1990. So
Predator 2 is big time underrated. That movie is way good. A lot of people didn't see it. A lot of people didn't see that movie for what it is. It's a good movie.
Yeah. So thank you very much for having me on. Movie reviews and concrete shoes, everyone. I appreciate it very much.
What do you guys got going on Monday? You guys are live Monday at 9 o'clock my time. You got anything specific you want to shout out that you guys be talking about?
Episode 219 of Alex and the Garbage Man. I forgot to play a clip from one of your guys' shows that you did recently. It's a good 2-minute clip where Tex shits on me for Tubi, so I'm going to get me some Tubi money tomorrow.
I have contacted my lawyer. You'd be expecting an email. Okay, I have contacted. You just wait. You just hang on, pal. I'm giving you both barrels.
Harshly worded letter sent it to Canada. But thank you very much to Alex. Alex, go watch him tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Thank you very much, Alex, for being here. We will see you tomorrow night over on your channel. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I'm going to put the name Jacob Rosenthal in my do not block list. Thank you very much.
See you, Alex. Alex and the Garbage Man, live every Monday, 9 o'clock. Go check them out. Link in the description below. I'm thinking that
is Tex can do his best. Ron Swanson. How do I send something to Canada? Where? Canada. It just says fuck you.
Blame Canada.
You know what? I can't argue with that. That I stand by every word Jeremy just said. He got me exactly right. They figured it out.
Now I'm going to make a little bit of an executive decision here. I'm going to kind of lump you guys into this. Do you think we should just skip ahead to the top 20? And maybe because
we're going to meander through a bunch of horse shit none of us care about or seen. So
probably, the next one is one of my favorite movies, Sandlot. I wouldn't put it in the top 30.
Let's just we're going to skip a baseball one for Frank. Come on,
yeah, we'll skip that one for now. Let me try to.
I would love to know why Clerks was number 65. I'm going to punch somebody again.
If Twister's not on this list, I'm going to choke a bitch. That is ridiculous.
I'll tell you what. Let's go back up to where we were. Sandlot, and we'll kind of run down them real quick. Sandlot at number 86, just about right to me. Can't Hardly Wait. That's not a terrible movie. I think I saw it once or twice. Another rom-com with the two with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. You've got mail. Mrs. Doubtfire, funny, but I don't know if it deserves to be on this list. Edward Scissorhands, I don't know, the first generation.
Whoa, excuse me.
That should be higher.
I want to have you shaming her name. She needs to be a lot higher.
What's up with all the rom-coms on this list? Was it put together by a bunch of women?
Scoot right past Robin Williams like that.
I don't know. I don't know that it necessarily deserves to be at 83. I mean, I might not even put it in the top 100, but I mean, I haven't had time to put together my list of 100 best movies of the 90s. I really wanted to concentrate on the main ones. Edward Scissorhands, again, the first generation emo kids made this movie really popular.
It should be higher.
It's a decent movie. I never thought it was the movie that a lot of people think it is. This one, American History X, this should be in the top 10.
That should, yes, that's an incredible film. We're going to review this
at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
I honestly think that people didn't want to rate. I think that they didn't want to rate this higher because of the subject matter. They were like, if we actually put this movie in the top 10, we're going to think we're all Nazis. The reality is
that the curb scene alone. That curb scene alone, and just that whole couple minutes of film is pure art. Just the way that's done. I love that.
Yeah. And then animated Aladdin from 1992. Like I said, Disney kind of ran the
animated.
It probably should be higher, I think. Let's see. That Thing You Do. Good movie. I don't know that I'd put it at 79. It might be in the top 100, but That's kind of a stretch.
Never heard of that.
Train Spotting, again, a kind of an independent
that
film.
sounds
Danny
good.
Boyle, we've talked about him already. But yeah, this is actually a very good movie that if you haven't seen it, you really should.
That needs to be higher.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, not my favorite Die Hard movie, but still not bad. I would put Live Free or Die Hard, which I think came out in 90.
We're not.
Was it
That
99 or
movie should be
2000?
higher
Maybe-
just for the sandwich board scene with Bruce Willis. Just for that scene alone, it should be higher.
And then surprisingly, Titanic at 76, not in the top 10 or 15.
That does
Interesting.
surprise me.
That's surprising.
I
Yeah, we
really
know
think
James
they should
Cameron
have just
didn't
made it more of a
make the
period
list,
piece about. Yeah, I think they really should have just made it more of a. It is kind of two different movies. It's the love story between Jack and Rose, and it's the stuff surrounding the Titanic. I think
Yeah,
if they
the
just stuck
disaster
to the
movie,
Titanic stuff, it might have been better. Yeah, just kept it a disaster movie. I honestly, for the 90s, I think it should have been probably rated in the top 30, but whatever. Men in Black, a good movie. I don't know if it
That needs to
necessarily
be
deserves to be in the
higher.
top 75. I mean,
That should be
maybe. I
higher.
mean, yeah, but once you get in the top
That's
30,
higher.
you're hitting some like seriously good timeless movies. I don't know that Men in Black is timeless.
I'm saying
So,
like
I mean,
in
maybe-
the top 50 at least.
Now,
Maybe
Men
top
in
50,
Black
but-
was one of those cultural hits. That song that Will Smith did was everywhere. Country stations,
Yeah.
rock stations, everybody played it. I can remember going to this movie a couple of times. It was always sold out. Huge hit.
Yeah, but he also did the song for Wild Wild West, and that movie was awful.
Right, but Men in Black
That
is a
movie
much
doesn't
better
really
movie
get anywhere near
than,
anything.
than Wild Wild West was.
Let's see, The Fugitive, good movie, good Harrison Ford. I might put it a little bit higher, but maybe somewhere around like 60, but maybe I don't know. Run Lola Run. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that movie. I don't know if
I
I've
have no
actually
idea.
seen
I
what it
don't know what that is.
Swingers, good
Nice.
movie. Again, another kind of independent thing from
Really?
Jon Favreau before Iron Man and the Mandalorian. It's kind of a slow burn. Good movie though. Malcolm X, good movie. Anytime you get Denzel on camera, he's going to kill it. But
It's
pretty good movie.
Denzel, man.
Yeah, Friday, classic comedy, a different kind of comedy, classic.
7?
Let's see, Miller's Crossing. Miller's Crossing is a very underrated mob movie. Very underrated. Let's see, Rushmore, which a lot of people like Rushmore more than I did. It's a good movie, but a lot of people kind of like fawn over it, and I'm like, I think a lot of these people are just the kind of people that are like, Bill Murray is so funny because his comedy is a little bit more at the time was a little bit more heady, a little bit more intellectual, but really it's a funny movie.
They say, what do you mean by a little bit more heady? I've never used that term before.
Intellectual. Intellectual.
You're pulling
'Cause he
Caseyism
had-
over here, Frank.
He
Come
had
on
his
now.
moments he did the stuff in the 80s, which was not quite slapstick. It was kind of like the SNL style comedy.
Right.
But then in the 90s, he started to do things like Groundhog Day and stuff like that, where it wasn't his typical stuff. He was trying to do something a little more intellectual, and that led into him doing movies in the early 2000s, like what's that one he did?
What about Bob?
drawing a blank. No, What About Bob is still kind of in his vein. But then he started doing stuff like not Her. What was? God damn it! Lost in Translation. Things that were kind of like dramatic comedy. Yeah, dramatic comedies and stuff. He kind of started to drift towards that. I think he wanted to prove himself as something more than the kind of actor that we would see in something like Stripes. But anyway, it's a decent enough movie. South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. I didn't really like that movie when it first came out a whole lot. Being a fan of the television show.
Oh, that was fun. I like that one.
The movie's grown on me over the years. It's not. It's a little bit. It watches a little bit better than now than it used to. Misery, a classic. I think
good.
it should probably be rated.
James Caan. Oh yeah, that one should be higher for sure.
Clerks, Jay, number 65.
Clerks.
There you go.
Someone's getting a third.
You gotta
Someone's getting an
move this
uppercut now.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
move this up at least 15.
You know
spots. It has
what?
to be top
65.
50.
It's not even supposed to be there. Jesus.
Not even supposed to be here at 65. I wish I had Kevin
Nope.
Smith here to make an argument for this movie over some of the other movies we're going to see. Galaxy Quest, a great movie. It's fun. I would put it a little bit higher. I don't know that it was
I
necessarily.
don't know if
that
that's a
much
top
of a 90s
100
classic.
of the 90s, but it's a fun movie to watch. Like, I don't think I would put it as a
It
top.
deserves to be. I think it deserves to be in the 100. The question is where in the 100, because it is kind of a classic. I mean, if Tim Allen is known for something other than Home Improvement, it's going to be this movie.
Or Santa Claus.
Bullshit. Toy Story. Buzz
Or
Lightyear.
Toy Story. That's fair.
Yeah, but a lot of people, when you say Tim Allen, the first thing that comes up for a lot of people, my age, a little older, is Home Improvement, Galaxy Quest.
Home Improvement.
Well, yeah. Some I would be there too.
Story, but some people would say Toy Story, but Galaxy Quest
I think so, Tim.
is probably the second thing he's most known for. Thelma and Louise, I don't know, good movie. They're despicable bitches, let's be honest. Primal Fear, I don't know that I'd rate that this high. It's not a bad drama, but there's other movies that we've passed up on already that I think should rate higher. Home Alone probably should rate a little bit higher, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think or not, but the first one is kind of a classic.
A little bit.
It's one of the few.
Home Alone 1, yes.
That I
Two,
can watch.
Whatever.
2, not so much. No.
One,
2 was just a retread, but whatever.
Yeah, two is still pretty good. After that, it just went downhill. He wasn't even in the third one. I don't know, whatever. Leon the Professional,
4th, 5th, 6th,
again.
7th one.
Yeah,
Leon
the Professional.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Luc Besson, again, the 90s action king. He made a couple of really banger movies. Not to mention, he made a movie in the 2000s called From Paris with Love with John Travolta and John Rhys Davies.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, a really cool movie.
Movie.
Kind of in the line of this. But yeah, Leon the Professional is good. Office Space, should be rated a lot higher. I'm not gonna lie.
A lot higher.
Office Space, dude, this movie is so quotable.
You know what? I'm gonna burn this list to the ground. If you keep telling me that it needs to be at number 59. No. This is not good for the company. That answers the question. This is not good for the company. Oh shit!
Reservoir Dogs. Two of those actors in this picture right here have passed away. God damn, it's Reservoir Dogs, another classic from Tarantino. I think this should probably be a little bit higher. I think easily top 50. Let's see, Apollo 13. I would push this probably about 10 spots higher as well.
I would push. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's also one of the first movies that was shot for like great sound. Because this was the first movie that I played at home after I'd hooked up my stereo and everything in my apartment. And it's like, man, it fucking worked my walls. Like my neighbors were like, "Hey, what were you doing yesterday?" I was like, "Sorry, I was watching a movie."
We're going to the moon, damn it!
I was like, "Yeah, we're going to the fucking moon." American President, a great movie. It's probably about where it should be. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Tex or Jeremy, but this is a kind of a rom-com political thing. I enjoyed it. This movie actually gave us the television show The West Wing, because Aaron Sorkin wrote a bunch of character stuff for people in this movie that never ended up getting used, and he took a lot of those storylines and created the show that would eventually become The West Wing. And there's a lot of people that were both in this film and in The West Wing, either regular characters or occasional characters. But yeah, American President's a good movie. True Romance, another kind of classic. I don't know. We're getting close to the 50 range, so I'm kind of running out of the ability to say this should be top 50. Lower. This one might be. But the True Romance was a pretty good one. I don't think I've seen it since probably the mid-2000s. Unforgiven, one of the last great Westerns. I would probably put this in the top 25. This is when Clint Eastwood was still pretty prime Clint Eastwood. It's like he could do no wrong. I have never been a big fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm sorry, I just haven't been.
Oh my God.
I went and saw it in theaters, and I was like, whatever.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is my generation. Sad kids, fucking magnum opus. You leave us alone.
Yeah, I would say it should probably be a little higher because of the enduring nature of it, but I never thought it was all that great, to be honest.
That shit is still everywhere, man. It's got staying power.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is I think a lot of people love it for nostalgia's sake, but if you rewatch it now, I don't know. I was never crazy about it. I'm not,
I don't know. Natural Born Killers, I think, should probably be higher.
Oh yes, 100% Yes, Mickey and Mallory. Yes, 100%.
If you're really talking about something that was culturally significant, you can't overlook this movie.
Yeah,
you just can't.
A movie that they would never make today, just for Rodney Dangerfield's part of it. True.
Ooh, The Rock.
The Rock, kind of a classic action flick. Okay written, pretty well acted. I love the fact that people think that it's actually a secret sequel to the James Bond movies of Sean Connery's career, but yeah, not a bad movie.
It could be, but It's all just fun references.
Boys in the Hood, classic. Boys in the Hood's classic. So many great performances. It's a lot of great performances. Lawrence Fishburne is fantastic in that movie. Let's see, The Sixth Sense. We're getting into the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong now. I'm surprised that this doesn't rate a little bit higher, because this was the first time that we got the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist at the very end. Yeah.
Good twist, but stop doing that in every one of your movies and fucking them all up.
Okay.
That's the problem with M. Night Shyamalan, though, is
I think he thinks he's more intelligent than he really is, and I'm like, no.
Well, yeah, it's Shyamalan thinks he's smarter than he ever fucking was. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
He made a good movie.
The problem is he got really into his plot twist, and that became kind of his whole thing. And I think he kind of got a little too obsessed with that.
Well, it wasn't just him; it was everybody else expected it. Oh, Shyamalan's making a new movie, and everybody expected a plot twist, and so the fans of his are just as much to blame as he is, because put this in like baseball terms. You don't hit a home run every time you step up to the plate. Sometimes you strike out, hit a double, whatever. So it is what it is.
Well, you can't take his movie seriously because the entire movie is going to be pointless in like fucking the last 2 minutes of the movie, and I'm like,
right,
what do I waste my time for? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different rant.
But 1995's Get Shorty. We're into the top 50 now. Get Shorty from 1995. Kind of a good movie. This is when we had a little bit of a resurgence for John Travolta. Get Shorty was part of that Travolta renaissance. The Rocketeer, that got a fun movie. I mean, I don't want to like this movie as much as I do, but it's so much fun.
It's fun.
This one, and I'm not going to lie, I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching a clip of it or something that popped up on YouTube. And the Three Musketeers movie that Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen did back in the 90s, that's actually a pretty good movie too. And it's got, it's just loaded with great actors. Let's see, Audition from 1999. I cannot say I've ever seen this movie.
I've seen clips about this movie.
Either one of you guys seen this movie?
Audition?
I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. It's intense. Just the one I'm thinking.
There's a Japanese horror film. I think it's called Audition, but I don't think it's this movie, is it?
I think it's that time where like you make things like The Ring, and then you make,
yeah,
where we had like an American version and the Japanese version of a movie. I think that it could be.
Yeah, well, the movie I'm thinking about, there's like this movie producer that he's like trying to find his wife, because his previous wife died or whatever, and then like his friend, who they both work in the movies, they basically do like a wife search through the guise of a movie role, and it ends up going horrifically bad. It's a very graphic, gory film.
Yeah, I actually think this might be the movie that you're discussing, because it says
okay, well, if it's that movie, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Unassuming is the psycho horror Audition, whose first half sits among the legendary prolific Takashi Miike's most restrained directorial effort.
I think it is this,
where the final act turns on him. Yeah.
There's one really fun scene with Piano Wire where this woman is torturing this guy. Holy shit. It's pretty fucking good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I've seen clips.
And then number 45, 1990. Number 45 is 1991's Point Break.
Oh, Point Break.
Number 91 is 1991's Point Break at 45. Probably, I don't know. Probably should be a little higher, but whatever. We're starting to get jammed up with some really good movies now, so it's kind of hard to move a lot of things around too much. And then Clueless, which I think is still one of the top 10 or 12 movies that came out of the 90s, culturally significant, a coming of age movie, which I think are fantastic. It gave us a ton of young actors. Paul Rudd, the one who has probably had the most success since Stacey Dash, the late Brittany Murphy. She's kind of fun in it as well. Yeah, I think this is one of the last great coming of age movies.
Halloween 6 gave you Paul Rudd, thank you very much. Before Clueless. Just want to throw that out there for free. Whatever.
Yep.
It's okay.
And then LA Confidential.
Scream
one of the last
great. Scream what? Which Scream movie?
No, Halloween 6.
Oh, Halloween
has
6.
Paul Rudd.
Scream. I was like, sir, that was not. That
No,
was past
no.
95.
Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, stars Paul Rudd. That was his first role. Yeah.
No, that's not even canon anymore.
They both
unfortunately,
came out in
because they can't
1995. So
Right.
yeah, they both came out in 1995.
Either way,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
right.
kind of
Continue. It's all good. Don't worry.
But L.A. Confidential, one of the last great crime movies that came out. They don't make a lot of great crime movies like this anymore. But L.A. Confidential just stacked up with a lot of great people anyway. Directed by Guy Pearce, Russell Crowe. It's definitely an Oscar contender. The Hunt for Red October, one of the great films of the 90s.
That was good.
Yeah, the stuff that all the movies they made from the Ryan verse by Tom Clancy have been really, really good. And then, of course, loaded with that cast. I mean, look at this cast: Baldwin, Curry, Sam Neill, Scott Glenn, James Earl Jones, Stellan Skarsgård, Fred Thompson, Courtney Vance. So there's just a fantastic cast. But let's see, number 41, The Green Mile from 1999.
Do you want a fun fact check?
Let's do a fact check.
Clueless came out in July 19th, 95. Halloween 6 came out September 29th, 1995. So no, it was Clueless.
Well, actually, technically, no, I'm still right, because there are two versions of Halloween 6. There's the director's and the producer's cut. Halloween 6 was shot before Clueless, but it was pushed back there. So technically, I'm still right. The world is good again. It's all good. No worries.
No, that's not how that works. That's not how time works.
Number 41, The Green Mile from 1999, a classic movie. Yes,
that's a good one.
For Stephen King being known mostly for the horror genre, some of the best movies based on his work have been kind of these dramatic pieces like this, Shawshank Redemption, things like that. I don't know. Yeah. Shawshank. Yeah, we're getting Shawshank. At number 40, The Truman Show from 1998. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Again, Jim Carrey was just in a lot of stuff in the 90s. But it was an interesting concept, watching a guy who doesn't.
That's a movie that'll mess with your head.
The star of a reality show. Yeah, so it's a little weird. Let's see. At number 39, we've got Waiting for Guffman from 1996. I can't say I ever saw Waiting for Guffman, to be honest.
I have no idea what that is.
Directed by Christopher Guest, though, which is interesting. Directed by Christopher Guest, who's made a couple of good movies. Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite coming of age movies. The one that gave us the one original.
All right.
God, the cast: McConaughey, fucking Affleck, Parker Posey, Cole Hauser, Anthony Rapp.
I get older,
Cocker,
they stay
Nicky
the
Katt.
same.
Yeah, that was a fantastic cast, a fantastic movie. Then The Matrix at 37. This is one of the ones I thought would have been rated a lot higher. I don't know, Jay. What do you think?
I'm surprised.
Yeah, like I said, I would put that a lot higher. And it's probably because I'm biased, because like I said, this held the number one spot for me for my favorite movie, period. So I don't know. It's been bumped down to number 2 now, but whatever. I would have definitely put this higher again for its cultural significance. Again, right in that sweet spot of the internet being in its infancy. For something that mind-bending, The Matrix knocks it out of the fucking park.
No doubt. Let's see. The Muppet Christmas Carol at 36. Whatever.
Okay.
City Slickers at number 35. City Slickers. There's a lot of movies that I would put at 35 ahead of City Slickers. City Slickers is a fun movie and all, but I don't know if it's as good. Casino ranks behind this. Forrest Gump ranks behind this. I don't really understand that. Let's see. The Birdcage. As much as I love this movie, it's hilarious. I don't know if I can put it at the top.
It's funny, but I don't know if it needs
again, Casino and all these other movies that we've gone over should rank much higher than The Birdcage. Birdcage is funny. It's a good movie, but not. Yeah, Clerks. I think Clerks should be ahead of this, to be honest. But whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. Princess Mononoke. Some anime that I did not see. I don't know. Jeremy, you familiar with this at all? You know a lot more about anime.
Mononoke. Why do you think I'm the one who's watched all the? No, I don't know what
I'm
this
just
is.
saying, I have no history with anime at all. You've at least watched some. I don't know if this is something that you're familiar with or not. So I'm just going to go with whatever you want to say.
Not in any of the animes that I've ever seen. So no, I really don't know.
Okay. Groundhog Day, 1993 at 32. I don't know.
Okay.
Is this the right place for it?
It needs to be higher. So yeah,
maybe. Some of Bill Murray's 90s stuff I had trouble getting into.
It's definitely a top 50. I don't know if it's necessary. I'd say anywhere from like 25 to 40, I'd be fine with. Where Groundhog Day somewhere in there. That's fine. You know.
Here we are, Scream at number 31. The first
Oh,
Scream,
bullshit.
1996.
Fuck this fucking list. Fuck this whole goddamn thing.
Well,
Where do you
remember,
think it
Blair
should be
Witch
ranked?
was like at the fucking top. I was like, no. I was like, Blair Witch and Scream need to be like a lot higher with each other because
Blair
those
Witch-
two movies brought
Witch
the
and
horror back.
Scream revitalized an entire genre.
Yes.
I mean, horror never died. Like, they continued on through the 90s. It wasn't the glittering 80s that we had before. This film literally brought back an entire slasher genre. This is horseshit. But then again, people always shit on horror because, oh, it's nasty, it's schlocky, it's gore porn. Fuck you and your I hate this shit. Scream shit. Minimum of a top 5. Minimum
I
of a
don't think it
top
was
5.
any of those things. I don't know. You're pushing out a couple of really big movies for Scream, which I think
Yes,
the first Scream is a decent enough movie.
Okay,
I don't
did
think it
any of
enough
those
for the
other
horror
top
genre,
5
but
top
there's a
5
lot of
films
movies you're gonna push out
revitalize
top
an
5.
entire genre? Literally take all of the
I don't
rules
think
that were established, flip them on their head, and have one of the biggest hits ever? I don't think so.
I don't think Scream revitalized the genre. It was a nice way to modernize.
How do you
I don't
not
think it
figure
revitalized it. I
think I'm gonna
Slashers
disagree.
were
I don't think
dead.
it revitalized anything.
I think it did.
I don't think I think it modernized it a lot. I liked it. I liked that it brought it.
It
into the
went
modern
meta
era.
with it. It made it kind of like
But
self-aware,
it went-
which was pretty funny.
The genius of Wes Craven and what he did with this, he literally mocked himself with the whole Freddy janitor thing in the high school. He literally took a genre that was pumping out money for Hollywood in the 80s of the horror slasher variety that they shit on every time they could. They looked down on their nose on it. Slashers were dead up until this movie came out. Wes Craven, his brilliance will never be touched in horror again. Completely revitalized it.
This was probably one of the better, probably the best slasher to come out in the 90s. Maybe, I don't know, there's a long list of movies I'd have to think about. But the horror genre didn't really get picked back up until the mid 2000s. Before it really started,
Don't
There.
hit on Blair Witch. Blair Witch did it too.
You had Scream.
But I'm not thinking that Blair Witch revitalized anything either. I just thought it was an interesting take on the genre. I don't think I don't even consider it that good of a horror movie as much as it is like a mystery thriller kind of thing.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier about Blair Witch. That's the beauty of Blair Witch. They don't have to show you blood, guts, and gore to scare the piss out of everybody. What Blair Witch did was incredible. That led right into with Scream. Scream revitalized. If not for Scream in '96, you don't get Chainsaw in 2003 and all the other remakes and bringing everything back to prominence to where, like in 2018 with Halloween, where it makes $250 million for a slasher film. That Scream is where that line starts.
You got to remember, like, I grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s. You can't say this didn't do something because, like, every Halloween, every motherfucker had this ghost face mask. At the time when I was a little kid, I didn't know what that was. I'm like, I just saw this damn outfit every fucking where, and I was like, what is this thing? When I got older and I realized what movie it was and I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was
Scream is one of Scream will go down as one of the best horror films of all time. Yeah, it may not scare you, but that's not the point. The cultural significance and the value that it brought to the genre are immeasurable. Well, the brilliance of Wes Craven, right? The brilliance of Wes Craven with this property. I mean, he literally took every other slasher, Michael, Jason, Freddy, he pointed them all out. The Randy character alone in Scream is a horror icon. I mean, my God, I can't praise this movie enough. I'm not even the biggest Scream fan out there. There are much bigger Scream fans than I am, but you cannot discount the significance of this film and this franchise.
Oh shit!
That's a talk we're going to have to continue later on. Cape Fear,
Oh, yeah.
1991 at number 30. I thought Cape Fear was a pretty good movie. I don't know if it deserves to be in the top 30 though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Being John Malkovich from 1999 at number 29. I don't know that I'd put this all the way up in the top 30. It was an interesting movie. I don't know that I'd put it that high up. Definitely some good acting, but I don't know that it was kind of a weird concept. This guy walks into a weird door and he's in the head of John Malkovich doing whatever. I don't know. It's weird.
Hey, Malkovich.
Dave, I love the movie Dave as a romantic comedy. It's fun. It's got a little bit of a political bent to it, even though it's kind of cartoonish. But I cannot put this as high as 28. I cannot put this ahead of some of the movies we've already talked about. I just can't. It's a fun movie, but it's not top 30. Let's see, A League of Their Own.
Really good baseball one.
Top 30.
On, Frank. What you got?
You put A League of Their Own against ahead of fucking Scream. Oh, fuck you, assholes. That's just ridiculous.
Crying in baseball.
I didn't say that I put A League of Their Own ahead of Scream. I'm just saying I don't think Scream Revolution.
No.
The way you think it did.
I'm saying whoever did this list, that's who the fuck you go to, not you. But it's fine. So.
Oh yeah. Look, if we actually put like the grid view of this list up, we could probably shoot holes in like 75% of your.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
League of Their Own top 30. I don't know. Like I said, it's a little bit of a stretch for me. Top 50 is pretty easy because the acting in this movie is fucking phenomenal. So is the directing. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Top 30 is a bit of a stretch, even though as much as I love the movie. Iron Giant. I don't know. I think. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna hurt my heart with that one.
I
don't think it needs to be that high.
Now
it's a good movie, but I don't think it needs to be that high.
Jeremy, you might know this. I'm not sure. The animated film James and the Giant Peach, was that a 90s film? Because I remember it.
I'm pretty sure that was like late 90s. Hold on.
Because I had the VHS, but like I watched it a few times, but I remember that being pretty good as well. I don't know if you remember it.
96. No,
okay.
I own that one on VHS. No, it's good movie.
I remember it having like a very interesting art style, like animation to it. I think that's what caught my eye.
It's kind of like stop motion Tim Burton-y because it is really weird.
Yeah.
It's got live action, it's got that. It's got a little bit of like 2D, but like it's mostly that 3D kind of weird stop motion shit.
Yeah.
But for its whimsical fucking premise in the first place, it works.
Next up is Toy Story 2. We're in the top 25 now. Toy Story 2 from 1999.
You can't even do wait. Is Toy Story 1 in here? Because I feel like we're crowding it.
If Toy Story 1's not a top 10, I would be surprised. I would be. Toy Story 2 is great. Like Toy Story and Cars are probably my favorite Disney Pixar films. I enjoy both of those properties.
I mean, if it's not, and you're saying 2 is better than 1, I'm like, no, 2 is a worthy sequel, but like,
yeah,
I better see 1 in here somewhere.
Oh, I agree.
I have a feeling we'll come across it. Election from 1999 with a young Reese Witherspoon. I saw that movie like once. No idea. And it's kind of a dark comedy kind of thing, but I remember
I can't say I ever saw.
I first saw it, but I haven't seen it since. I don't think. Let's see. Magnolia from 1999. Never got around to watching it. The marketing never did anything for me. Yeah. Tombstone, one that we reviewed in the past at number 22. We're getting close to the top 20 now.
Not bad. That's good. It's a good movie.
There goes my number one pick. That's what I thought was going to be top.
We're going to start to get really crowded with some worthy films now that deserve to be high up on the list. So it's going to be increasingly harder.
I have a feeling I might know what
where
number
these
one
things
is.
need to be.
I thought Tombstone was going to be the top film on this list. I really did.
Nah, but I could see Tombstone being in the top 20, but I would have to. Again, I've looked at this list in its entirety, but I can't remember exactly what the top 10 or 15 are. So I'll have to get to that point before I can look and say I would replace that movie with Tombstone. But I'm sure there's probably one in there I would replace it with. But let's see, number 21, Beauty and the Beast from 1991. Again, Disney animation in the 90s. I would probably put Tombstone ahead of Beauty and the Beast, although Beauty and the Beast was good.
It's good.
Let's see, The Usual Suspects, a classic. We reviewed this one as well.
Tombstone's better.
Yeah, 20. We're in the top 20 now. So I don't know. They're both pretty good. I would definitely move Tombstone up ahead of Beauty. I would definitely move Tombstone ahead of Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know. I'll have to see what the rest of this list looks like. But yeah, The Usual Suspects, great acting, great writing. I mean, this movie is just amazing. Let's see, Boogie Nights. I have said it a million times. People think I'm crazy. Mark Wahlberg's two best acting jobs are Boogie Nights and Rockstar. Dude, this movie, I remember the first time I convinced my girlfriend to sit and watch this movie, I was telling her what it was about. She goes, "You just want to watch it, it's about porn." I'm like, "No, legitimately, this is a fantastic movie." And then we got done watching it. She's like, "You're right. This was a fucking amazing movie." I'm like, "I know," because it was about a porn star. For those of you who don't know, it's loosely based on the life of John Holmes. If you've ever seen Wonderland, you kind of have an idea of what John Holmes is about. Or if you've ever, Googled John Holmes, you kind of know. It's loosely based on his life, but it's still just kind of it's just a fantastic movie. Great performances. Mark Wahlberg, very young career. Heather Graham, and more. Let's see. I can't possibly. I can't go on about this cast. The cast alone is just killer. But yeah, Mark Wahlberg, before he became the guy who just basically has the same dumb look on his face in every movie, he actually acts the shit out of this movie. I thought it was really good. This is one of my favorite movies. Let's see. Good Will Hunting from 1997 is number 18. Right. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I've seen it a couple times. Robin Williams, a young Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck. It's a good dramedy, I guess I'd call it. It's got its funny moments. It's got its drama. So, and it's the first movie that lets you know that Robin Williams was actually a good actor. He was so much more than that manic stuff he did on stage. So much more than Mork from Ork. He actually is really, really good at what he did. I don't know. Number 17, Silence of the Lambs from 1991, when all the Oscars one year.
That one's,
it's a fantastic
there is another
movie,
one of my top 5
17.
picks.
I don't know, do you guys think 17 is
I thought that was going to be way higher.
I think it's about right. I mean, still in the top 20, so it's a damn good movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I might be able, depending on what's ahead of it, be able to say I could push.
All right, guys. I'll be back. I got to hop off here for a minute.
It's okay. It's the performances that make this movie good, though. The performances are just so damn good.
How many times in the haunt that I work at have I gone up to somebody and it's been like right in their ear? It freaks them out.
Number 16 was 1996's Fargo. Joel Anthony Cohen made good films. I think I saw this movie once. It's a little bit of a slow burn for me, a little bit too much of a cerebral thing.
Maybe a little higher. Or up, not down. Like further from number 1. Good, but I don't know if it needs to be 16.
I would move Tombstone into this spot and move Fargo back.
Yeah,
this is one of the ones that I would move.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. At number 15 is My Cousin Vinny, a fantastic movie, but I don't know about number 15. I don't get it.
No,
I don't get how they put this movie. Look, again, a fantastic movie, very quotable, great comedy, a lot of heart at the end, but 15 really? I mean, so many movies. I don't know that I could put this in the top 30, to be honest. I would put Clerks ahead of this. I would put 5 or 10 movies that are outside the top 50 into the spot, but whatever. Again, a great movie. Joe Pesci's fantastic, and Marissa Tomei. And then And then Saving Private Ryan at number 14 from 1998. This is one of the ones that I thought would be in the running for a top 2 or 3 spot.
I would have, I don't know, at least top 10, 14. No. Oh man, no. I would have bumped this into at least the top 10. I'm not sure about top 5 because we're not quite there yet. But no, a little bit higher. I'm still. I need to see some of the rest of them. This is a damn dude. Just for that opening scene alone, holy Jesus!
Oh yeah,
it feels like
storming the beach in Normandy. That opening
makes
scene
you
is
feel
phenomenal.
Stressed out. Yeah, like, God damn, this movie didn't hold back. Great movie.
But at number 13 is 1998's The Big Lebowski.
Oh, come on.
Really ties this list together, man.
Well, no, I was going to be like, yeah, well, you know what? That's just your opinion, man. We're in 13. That's how I feel at this point. Like, it's just your opinion, man.
Shut the fuck
Or
up.
I'd be like Walter. I'm start pulling out a gun and be like, mark at 10. I'm Tony Smokey. You mark that a 5, and I will fucking shoot you right here. Peace down, man. They're calling the cops.
What a great movie!
I
can't
it
bowl
is
on
funny
Saturday.
as
It's
hell,
a Sabbath. You divorced her 6 years ago. You can bowl on Saturday. I know, but I made a promise. God, again, it's just like John. Again, it's just John Goodman is fantastic in this movie. Again, a killer cast. But let's see. Honestly, this is the movie I thought would be at number one. At least it's number one for me. Is Schindler's List? Yeah, top 12. Like I said, if you just said best movie of 1990, I would have said Schindler's List is one of the 2 or 3 movies that I think would have to be in consideration for the number 1 spot. This is a big surprise to me. I don't know. What do you think, Jack?
I would have said top 5 at least. No, 12 that's a crime. No. Look, I've only seen this movie twice in my life, and then when I thought about it, I was like, really, I've only seen it once on my own volition, and it was because my mom hadn't seen it. So I watched it again. I watched it in high school. Fair enough, in a history class. So, but like, it's a heavy movie to get through, man. But it's like, it's weird that I'm like, even though having seen it twice, I still remember this movie. Goddamn, no, top 5.
I watch this movie once a year because I can't handle watching it more than that because it's so dense.
Well, like I said, I've only seen it twice. It's
heavy. It's so soul crushing at times. It's so deep. It's like I have like a
little girl in the red coat
edition, whatever of this.
Jesus.
And it's this movie is just so damn good. I mean, they say for my generation, they say, you're starting to get old when you start talking about smoking meat and studying World War II. I've actually been studying World War II all the way back to like high school. I did a lot of reports and stuff.
I always kind of dabbled. So yeah, I'm not.
I studied that whole time period a lot, and I did not know anything about Schindler's List, about Oscar Schindler until this movie came out. And dude, Liam Neeson. This is his Liam Neeson's magnum opus. This is the best thing he will ever do. And again, Ben Kingsley is fantastic in it.
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes is Amon Goth. There's so many stories about the girl that he is kind of torturing that works for him in the movie or whatever. That lady was still alive when they were filming this, and they had her on set, and they introduced.
But didn't she like get freaked out?
Or introduced her to. And they introduced her to Ralph Fiennes, and she got like really shaky and stuff. And he had to like sit and talk to her and say, "I am not that person. You are not going back in time right now. I'm just playing a role." He ended up becoming very close with her. Becoming very close with her in the next couple of years since she passed away. But the performances in this movie are mind-blowingly good. I mean, Schindler's List, in all honesty, to me, I think is one of the top 5 films ever made. Like 80s, 90s, whatever. Back to the beginning of cinema. To me, it's one of the top 5 films ever made, and it's got a good case for number 1.
Put this up against oh god damn it, Orson Welles. Fuck's sake, what's that movie called? Rosebud.
Oh, Dr. Strangelove?
No.
That's
a good one, but no. Why do I forget what that movie's called? Hold on. Google search. Citizen Kane. I started to type it out. Citizen Kane,
right.
I would put this bitch up against Citizen Kane and still say it fits. It fits like for movies of all time. It fits in there for sure.
I agree. And here's the first Toy Story at number 11 from number 19 from 1995. We're there now.
Fine.
Yeah,
I was like, if it runs higher, that's fine.
Top 11, top 10. Yeah, it's just about right. I mean, not knowing exactly what's in the top 10, I could probably say maybe you could replace one of those movies out and move this one in. But 11, yeah, that's about right. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, Toy Story is awesome.
Philadelphia from 1993 at number 10. I got to be honest, I don't know if this is a top 10 movie. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Brilliantly acted by both Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, but I don't know about top 10.
I'm not
Jeremy, have you ever seen
sure I'm familiar with this. I don't think I have.
It basically, Tom Hanks plays a lawyer who was fired because it's based in the early 80s. And Tom Hanks is a lawyer who was fired because they found out he contracted AIDS. He's gay in the movie, but he contracted AIDS from his lover,
Okay.
and they fire him, and so he decides to sue the law firm that he was working for for wrongful termination, and Denzel plays his lawyer that helps him, and the movie plays out. But yeah, it is a fantastic movie, great drama. I mean, look, Tom Hanks can act the fuck out of some shit when he wants to, and Denzel is just Denzel.
And again,
and there's other characters in it that are fantastic as well. I haven't seen this movie probably about the last 10 or 12 years, but the last time I saw it, I remember just being engrossed in it because it's still good. It's just very, very good. But yeah, top 10 might be pushing it. Top 20, I think, is fair, but top 10 is pushing it to me. But it is a fantastic movie. Fight Club from 1999. It's right about there to me anyway. But yeah, Fight Club is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I mean, even I think I've known people that, like, even if they haven't seen the movie, you know the twist, but even if you still see it knowing the twist, it still just hits you like a fucking ton of bricks. You're like, wait, what? You got to back up and like really think about what you just saw, and then like that reveal that those two guys are the same person, or technically Brad Pitt doesn't actually exist. Whatever, you just have to see it. But goddamn,
yeah, this is definitely one of the films that's been on my list of films we need to review for a while now. So this one's probably coming up here pretty soon because this is a fantastic film. It is really one of the best movies, one of the best films.
Well, you know what the irony is about us not reviewing it is I'm like, well, we're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
We're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
We're gonna break the first two rules.
That's why it's taken us. That's why it's taken us so long. We're not supposed to talk about Fight Club. But yeah, fantastic movie. Again, loaded with fantastic actors, great performances. I just remember his name was Robert Paulson. Yeah, we were talking about it. I think they had mentioned it on the Alex the Garbage Man a week or two ago, and I was in the chat. And I was like, and Casey was in there doing whatever. So I just typed in there. His name is Casey Paulson. if we ever remake this movie, we're casting Casey as Robert Paulson. He's going to be the guy with too much estrogen and bitch tits.
Yeah,
Casey, we're gonna make you famous, buddy. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make you famous. Let's see, at number 8, Pulp Fiction from 1994.
Yeah.
Top 10. Yeah, top 10. I could justify moving this out of the top 10, but yeah, top 10 maybe. I could justify moving it to like 11 or 12 and maybe move something else up, but you can't deny it.
Damn close to top 10.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I want to go to McDonald's and ask for a Royale with cheese just to see if they fucking get what I'm talking about?
Well, you see, at this point, they might actually know because it's become part of the lexicon here in America. They don't call it the Big Mac with cheese, but yeah, I bet you if you want to do a McDonald's and ask for Royale,
I don't know what the fuck quarter pounder is.
But yeah, I could see it. 8's probably pretty fair. I might drop it a couple of spots, but not too many. Next, of course, where is he when we need him? Where's Brody?
Where's Brooding Gamer?
Number 7. I feel like this should be top 5, but 7 seems okay.
7's a nice place for it. I was gonna say if that hasn't been,
I was getting kind of like hopeful. I'm like, okay, we haven't seen like Jurassic Park yet. We haven't. So yeah, this is definitely an iconic 90s movie. Again, that
stands the test of time. Those dinosaurs, those effects. This movie still looks really damn good,
all things considered.
Oh yeah, this movie has aged very, very well.
Right, and that's the thing is you could watch this today and still just be fucking amazed by it, just for every facet of a film being made. Like, goddamn, no, this is a good movie.
Yeah, we need to get Brady on here so I have a good reason to use his new intro. But number 7, Jurassic Park. Number 8, number 6, ironically, is 7.
7.
The movie 7 is at number 6 from 1995. David Fincher's one of his great films. The film that rescued David Fincher's career from the stench of Alien 3. Yeah, Alien 3 was not good, but yeah, I don't know. 7. I honestly like this movie. I don't know if it's in the top 10 or 15 though.
See, now I want to put it at 7 and replace it with Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
swap Jurassic Park in this. Just put 7 at 7. You missed a chance there, guys.
The symmetry alone would have worked.
This is man. It's a very good movie. I like its tone. I like its
gritty. It's really, I mean, the chemistry too between Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. I don't know, man. It's if you want like a buddy cop movie that just works, especially not without being a comedy, for being something that takes itself seriously. This is a damn good movie. And their choice to not put Kevin Spacey in the credits, so that reveal hits a little harder at the end, where you're like, oh shit, it's him. Although if you just say Kevin Spacey's name now, it's scary enough. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's still effective. It makes the movie even scarier. I know.
Yeah, back then he was at the top of his game as an actor. So
well, wait a minute. He was perving on some girl. When did American Beauty come out? That was in the late 90s.
Something like that. Yeah.
So still a little awkward.
Is American Beauty in the top 5? We're about to find out. Number 5 is Heat from 1995.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I could easily put this in the top 3 for me personally, but top 5, I think this works.
I will accept top 5. Heat is a damn good movie.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll accept top 5 for that movie is just so damn good. I mean, whenever you get De Niro and Pacino together, they just make fucking movie magic. And like I said, the diner scene in Heat, very simple dialogue. It's kind of a little bit cliche, but those two guys deliver it at another fucking level. Like you couldn't have put Stallone and Schwarzenegger in there to deliver this dialogue.
Like Arnie.
Dumb.
Yeah.
But these two guys, they give it a weight, they give it a tension, especially everything you've experienced in the film to that point. Fantastic. We'll have to, I know I did a review of this years ago. We'll have to re-review this here very soon because it really is one of the best.
Yeah, when you got the criminal
it's in my personal top 5. Yeah, it's in my personal top 5.
These two guys talking to each other like that. Holy hell.
And it makes the final confrontation between these two that much better because at the end of the movie, not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it. After they have their final confrontation at the airport, there's the gunfight that ensues. Obviously, Pacino wins because he's the cop and De Niro's the bad guy, and the good guy has to win. But like after it's over, he walks up to him and holds his hand as he's dying, and just kind of looks off into the distance. I was like, God, it makes that ending hit so much harder. It's such a fantastic. It makes the ending that much better. To know that these guys did have this strange connection. Just a fantastic film. So yeah, top 5, easy. At number 4, The Lion King. Again, Disney animation. You know, I think if there is
what?
Well, I was gonna say if there is a greatest animation thing that Disney's ever done, I think Lion King is probably the one.
I was gonna say that. Like, if you want to pick one of this Disney Renaissance era in the 90s, I think Lion King is the one you'd put on top. So I can agree with that.
Yeah. The top 4 of the 90s. Yeah. In the top 5 works. Let's see. Number 3, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Not a big surprise here. It is one of the best sequels ever made.
No.
It may be some people say it's the best Terminator film ever made. I still kind of lean towards the original Terminator, but I did love this movie a lot.
1 is very good. 2, remember what I always say, you go bigger in the sequel. 1 is very good, but god damn is 2 amazing. We could probably do a whole show on just Terminator 2 and be talking for like 3 hours. This is a fantastic movie. I think sometimes when I talk about movies that I only will accept in a franchise, I'm like, I will easily just say Terminator exists as 1 and 2.
Yeah,
that's it.
And I didn't hate the most recent one, Dark Fate. I thought it was a much better third film of the 1 + 2 trilogy. It still misses a few beats here and there, but I think it was a much better sequel than it got credit for. It's still like I said, it's got its issues. But
because you managed to do a twist of like making you managed to make a twist of Arnie all of a sudden being the good guy as the Terminator, because you have the T-1000, which admittedly is an also phenomenal villain with Robert Patrick. I mean, holy crap, oh god, that's a good movie.
Yeah, top 5 for sure. Number 2 is Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a fantastic movie. Casino is a better mob movie. It's a better movie all around. Goodfellas is fantastic. Casino is better. That's why I didn't understand why Casino ranks so far down the list and Goodfellas is number 2. But Goodfellas is a fantastic movie nonetheless.
Yeah, but
Jay, you've seen Goodfellas, right? Okay.
I've seen, because for as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. I got you. But see, what you're telling me now is that this beat out Schindler's List. We're at number 2.
Yeah, I can't see that. I would put
what hurts
Schindler's List
me.
top 3 easily, not Goodfellas. Like I said, there's a lot of movies in this list that, other than Casino, that I probably would have put ahead of Goodfellas. I think Goodfellas is easily in the top 15, maybe 20. I don't know that I put it number 2.
It's in the top 10 at least, but I don't know about number 2.
Yeah, I don't think number 2.
Wait, so hold on. Since Schindler's List got knocked out, I think when I was thinking about it, I'm like, I bet you it will be number 1, and I'm not even surprised that it is. That's your segue. There you
go. Well, let's go find out. And unfortunately, I don't think Tex is going to make it back in time to react to this last part of the list. But here at number 1,
busy living or get busy dying.
The Shawshank Redemption, one of Jeremy's favorite films, one of my favorite films. It really is fantastic. I don't know about number 1, but I mean, God, it's got to be top 5. I mean, it's got an argument for the best film of the 90s at bare minimum. It's a fantastic movie. I don't know. What do you think, Jack? Worthy or not?
You know what? I've seen some lists like this sometimes, and a lot of times Shawshank is in the very upper echelon, if not sometimes number 1. Like I said before, this is one of those movies I'm like, I don't care what part you're at. Are you at him fumbling with the gun about to walk into his house? Are you at where Tommy gets shot in the yard? I don't care. It comes on and I watch it. Although with streaming, that's not a thing. But you know what I mean? I would any day pick this movie out, put it in, watch it. And it never gets dull for me. And
yeah, this is
now maybe we are a little biased because I'm like, we live in the state where this was filmed. I've visited the prison for my birthday one year, and I mean I've been there before a few times. It's so cool to see. I mean, seriously, go see it. It's really cool to see. They've got stuff from the film. They've got like the film reel that Andy used to fight off the sisters. They've got Morgan Freeman's hat from the movie. Some of the sets are there. Like when you walk in, you see where they're having the parole hearings. They have Brooks's room set up, and just the history of the prison itself, the reformatory, is a really cool thing to experience. It's worth a trip seeing, and it's also worth watching this movie. I can let it have number 1. I'm sorry, Glenn. It's not this movie.
Yeah, just looking at the top few movies, there's a couple in here that can make a case. I mean, Fight Club, there's a case for that. I would put Toy Story and Schindler's List kind of up there for possibly having an argument. That's getting a little bit out of the top 10, but not quite 7. Heat, Lion King's got a case. I think even Terminator's got a case. Goodfellas, I don't think does, even though I love the movie. But Shawshank Redemption, I mean, yeah, I'm okay with it. As bad as wonky as this list is at times, at least they had a worthy movie in here at number 1. It's like, yeah. At least it wasn't like if they had put Toy Story at number 1, I'd have been like, okay, you're fucking 12 years old. You grew up watching Toy Story, and that's why you think it's the best movie. You've probably never actually seen any of these really good movies, but whatever. But we're going to go ahead and wrap things up there. Wow, I should have known better to think that I was going to be able to get through 100 movies with help in less than a couple hours. But honestly, I was planning on doing this myself and just commenting on a few things. But then Jeremy was like, no, you can't talk 90s movies without me. And then Alex was like, oh, I want to come do this with you. And then, of course, Tex has to chime in. but yeah, it was a worthy discussion nonetheless. But yeah, thanks to my co-host Jeremy for coming and breaking this down with me, as well as Tex and Alex from Alex the Garbage Man. Thanks all of you for being here. What do you got going on, my friend?
Hopefully at some point tomorrow seeing The Naked Gun, because all next week we're doing a lot of Naked Guns, which sounds really weird, but don't
guns being naked. A lot of guns are naked next week.
Don't demonetize it to YouTube. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not about that. Yeah, so seeing the new one tomorrow, hopefully for Tuesday, and then since apparently I'm doing, Throwback Thursdays and retro movie reviews, we'll do the original on Thursday. So that's a lot of naked gunning all week.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, we're gonna be making a lot of references to stuffed beavers, if you know, you know. But yeah, if you know, you know. Stuff. You guys will get it. But yeah, I will be, like I said, we'll be back here Tuesday to break down the new Naked Gun movie that just came out starring Liam Neeson. Then we're going to do the original on Thursday. Probably won't do the second and third one, but they're still worthy movies. We might kind of like blend a little bit of a semi-review into Thursday's review. But yeah, that is the the top 100 films of 1990 according to Cinemablend. Feel free to leave in the comments whether you think this list was as stupid as we think it was at times. Again, I would definitely move a few of these around to make sure that we'll get around to that for the side. On top 90s list at some point, and Jeremy can continue to bitch about how that's how you did it in the 90s, son, and I can just tell him why. Again, why
you appreciate my Jay and Silent Bob.
I do love Jay and Silent Bob, but we will see you guys on Tuesday, The Naked Gun. Till then, adios. I mean, I still think that Clueless is one of the best movies that came out of the 90s. That comment spurred a lot of debate.
Surprised we had Blade and Speed on here and those weren't mentioned. Speed's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, there are a few movies on it. Like even Demolition Man, you see that on the left side of the thumbnail, which is a pretty good movie. I always thought. Yeah. But whatever. Maybe we'll have to just I'll go over on Substack and I'll make my own list of the top 100. We'll see about that. Adios.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.